when I see the amount of manpower and the amount of effort put in to no justice, no peace, no racist police, imagine if you were chanting something that the government said, what'd they say?
Dozens of American cities up in flames after some protests turned into riots.
No justice, no peace.
I'm making this video for you guys today because I want to talk specifically and only about messaging.
So one reason American history teachers focus on the civil rights movement so much is that it successfully brought actual legislative change. John F. Kennedy was initially cool to civil rights, but the demonstrations of 1963 pushed John F. Kennedy to support civil rights more actively.
A massive crowd, and I mean massive, estimated at 60,000 people.
I want them to ask themselves, are we going to be here next week, next month? What do you plan to get out of this? What are we asking them to do?
Fair question she's asking. What are we asking them to do? Remember, no justice, no peace, no racist police does nothing to change the incarceration system. It does nothing to change police policies that are based around Terry versus Ohio. And what do white conservatives hear when they hear you chanting Black Lives Matter, no justice, no peace, no racist police? What do they hear?
You usually describe Black Lives Matter as an activist group or a protest movement, but that's deception by understatement. It's not pressuring Congress to pass some narrow new set of laws. Black Lives Matter is not a collection of marchers with signs. It's a political party.
He'll say later that BLM is a terrorist organization. You're not asking for any legislative changes.
No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police.
The nation erupted into scenes of chaos, violence, and widespread destruction into the early morning hours.
What do you want? List it. Why are you marching? Tell me exactly what you want.
We need to say we want Terry versus Ohio overruled.
What do you want by marching?
I want Terry versus Ohio overruled.
Specifically, what she's talking about is the 1968 case of Terry versus Ohio. Terry, the crux of the case is that Officer Martin McFadden ran up and grabbed John Terry. That's the entire case. And the Terry policies set forth by the Supreme Court are that police can grab you if they're suspicious of you. And then, because the Supreme Court said this is being done in the name of officer safety, the police created policy around Terry versus Ohio. That policy now includes a POW-style arrest of you based merely on suspicion, or if you're in a protest, then they go directly to the POW style of arrest.
For the first time since the Rodney King riots in 1992, strikingly similar scenes and issues of injustice, 28 years apart. This video appearing to show an officer putting his knee on the neck of someone taken into custody before another officer pulls his leg off.
The news reporter nails it perfectly. 28 years apart, you're seeing the exact same scenes. The Terry policies of putting their knees on the back of your neck, that was a white person. That's just their policy based on officer safety. The tip of the spear of police and citizen interaction is Terry v. Ohio.
No peace. No racist police.
But what do I do when I turn this cheek and then I turn that cheek? What's left for me to do when I've turned both cheeks?
Eventually, in one of the great bright spots in American history, did sort of happen with the Civil Rights Act.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Let's go!
You know, I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me for being so cynical. A lot of wooing and chanting and woo. okay? And it leads to absolutely nothing. It's a nothing burger by just saying, we want justice, we want it now. How many hashtags rain down? John Brown started the Civil War, this man here. He started the Civil War because the words written on the piece of paper that gives us the freedom that we all enjoy says that all men are created equally. And then the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, the words were written down so that we had a standard and a bar to live up to. As you know, our founding fathers wrote a Bill of Rights that they could not morally live up to. We're supposed to. That's what John Brown started the Civil War for. Move forward in history, in this area right here. Susan B. Anthony, she's gonna collect 400,000 signatures to abolish slavery. Those are pieces of paper that people sign their name on. That's how that happened. You see? And then once those 400,000 pieces of paper were signed, when it didn't happen, we had a civil war. Because the pieces of paper written down that everybody signed their name on, those 400,000 people, when they pledged to that truth, then when that truth didn't come true, we went to war over it. But they needed the piece of paper written down first. We elected senators with the 17th Amendment in 1913. We did that by writing down on a piece of paper that we want to elect senators in the United States because it's going like women got the right to vote with the 19th Amendment in 1920. Now, I'm dyslexic, so I always get them confused, whether it's 1920 with the 19th Amendment or the 20th Amendment in 1920. Whatever, have a good time with it. Women got the right to vote. They did not demand the right to vote. The greater power did not become overtaken by women wanting the right to vote so badly. That's not what happened at all whatsoever. It was written down on a piece of paper that women wanted the right to vote, and then the greater power, which was white European men, the bulk of the good ones, signed their name on a piece of paper that they agreed that they wanted women to have the right to vote because that's half of our people here. And then women got the right to vote right there, 1919, 1920, whichever, right? But it's a big deal. It's a very big deal. Prohibition ends with the 21st Amendment in 1933. How'd that happen? It was written down on a piece of paper through Congress, through legislation. That's how that happened. Forgive my cynicism. When I see the amount of manpower and the amount of effort put in to no justice, no peace, no racist police, imagine if you were chanting something that the government said, what'd they say? Overturn Terry, what'd they say? Now, why do I go to Terry? I can keep going on examples of legislation, but let's just skip to the most important thing. Terry versus Ohio gives police the right to walk up to you and investigate you just on a phone call. I can call the police on you, whoever you are, and say, I'm suspicious of this person over here. That creates reasonable suspicion. And then because of Terry, the police can walk up to you and open an investigation on you.
I want to go over this. If I call and say that somebody is doing something, y'all automatically can go up to them and then identify them, and without any evidence.
It's called an investigation, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I've seen so many thousands of videos of someone at a library or at a park or camping or just, you can name a regular scenario, sleeping in their car, sleeping in their automobile. And the police walk up and say, I got a call, I'm investigating you now. You've now entered into a Terry investigative stop. They now have the right to detain you, meaning that you can be put in handcuffs, be put on your belly, lay on your belly, on your knees, the whole thing. From top to bottom, every bit of oppression that you can imagine that one human being can do to another human being can happen right at this moment because someone called about you who was asleep in their car. One of the most disturbing videos for me that I always remember, it was a white girl actually, it was a young white girl, she was asleep in her car.
My name is Christy.
Okay, Christy, I'm Lieutenant Case.
We're going to deal with that first, okay?
Here's the deal. We've got a call on you, okay? I don't know how they do things in the state of Louisiana.
When I'm sleeping.
Listen, okay, if you're sleeping in the parks, we have a city ordinance against it. So here's what I'm telling you, okay? We're going to ID who you are. If you fail to ID who you are,
her husband on the phone. Who I was talking to.
We're going to place you under arrest, okay? So I mean, that's just as simple as it comes.
And the police knocked on her window, woke her up, and she said, I'm asleep. And eventually they blew it up into a situation.
The complaint is that I'm sleeping. There's an ordinance for Gunnersville. That's not true.
It is true.
And they said somebody called. Yes, they said somebody called and
We
complained.
obviously didn't come out just for no reason.
Y'all are inducing this.
Here's what's about to happen. You're about to be placed under arrest. Your car's going to be impounded. You're going to be booked under Jane Doe. We're going to send your fingerprints off to the FBI. It could take 30, 60, 90 days to come back. You'll be in jail with no bond until then. So it's your option, man. Like I said, I've been real polite to you. That's all I'm asking is for either your ID or your name and date of birth. If nothing on you, then we'll leave. Well,
He had already told me I was going to be arrested.
He had every right to place you under arrest.
No, that's abuse.
No, ma'am, it's
Y'all
not.
are abusing it.
I'm not abusing anything, ma'am.
This is just y'all trying to prove a damn point is what this is.
No, ma'am, it's not.
Yes, it is. And I just want a real investigation, not sleeping with my dang Kleenex right here, my plate of food that I had earlier.
Okay.
I mean, it's obvious that I'm freaking picnicking.
Well, we don't know if you're passed out drunk or if you're passed out high or you're what. It doesn't matter.
That.
Exactly. So is she current negative? Okay. Y'all got anything else with her or anything? Okay. You need to leave the parks and don't return, okay? If you return back, you'll be placed under arrest for criminal trespassing.
What are you talking about?
You're being trespassed from all Gunnersville City Parks. Have a good day.
No, I'm not.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Give me that in writing.
I don't have to, ma'am. It's on video.
Give me that in writing.
Have a good day, ma'am. You've been told, please leave. It's Lieutenant Case. Please leave or you're going to be placed under arrest. Lieutenant Case.
Lieutenant Case?
Leave or you're going to be placed under arrest, ma'am.
See,
leave the parks.
y'all are just upset now.
I'm not upset about anything, ma'am.
Lieutenant Case.
You're lucky you're not already going. I tell you what, y'all want to go ahead and just take her for the obstruction anyway?
Yeah. Stop, you're under arrest.
That's up to y'all. I mean, we've already got charges on you, ma'am, so if you want to go to jail, we can go to jail.
Why are you filing charges on me?
Obstruction. They've already got obstruction on you, ma'am.
Obstruction of what?
Of governmental operations, ma'am.
This is not governmental. Y'all.
It's an investigation.
No, get away. What the hell?
It's up to y'all.
No. I work in town. Y'all are gonna.
Please calm down, ma'am.
Stop!
Please calm down.
No.
Calm down.
I'm leaving.
No, you're under arrest.
I'm leaving. What the hell are y'all doing?
Ma'am, now you're under arrest for resisting arrest also.
What?
We've asked you to please calm down.
Are you serious? Holy sh**.
Now you're disorderly conduct.
Why?
Cussing in public. We told you to please calm down.
No.
Ma'am.
Somebody, y'all are just sleeping.
Ma'am, please calm down. It's over.
Y'all are breaking my property.
It's over,
No,
ma'am.
help me.
Ma'am, come to the car.
They're saying I'm trespassing.
No, ma'am, we said you're under arrest for obstruction. So please calm down.
Wait, okay, no, this is so unreasonable.
Ma'am, stop getting a bunch of charges on you. Just stop, okay? Just stop, all right?
No.
Stop, please.
No.
Hey, ma'am, listen, stop. Oh, easy. Ma'am, just put your feet in the car, please. Ma'am.
Damn it!
Just put your feet in the car. Ma'am, they're not hurting you. Calm down.
Why are you doing this?
Nobody's hurting you, ma'am.
She just wanted to be asleep in her car. Terry v. Ohio allows that. Now, 9 out of 10 of those people didn't get awakened by the police. They're gone. They're legally departed from Earth. When you're gonna march and you're gonna protest and you're gonna go down the street and chant something that makes the government go, what'd they say? What'd they say? Did they just say, overturn Terry? Because that should be your chant. No justice, no peace, no racist police. Great, great. How do you stop the interaction between the police and one of these people? Police can't walk up to you and investigate you based on a phone call if there's no probable cause. Probable cause meaning a law being broken. That's the rules. Those are the rules of our Bill of Rights. Police cannot walk up to you and just open an investigation on you because someone called. That's not our Bill of Rights. That's Terry versus Ohio. That's Terry versus Ohio. That's why I have this gigantic wall. There's Terry there's the prison system after Terry, you can see it.
We will never get anywhere with anger and trying to fight back with their guns. We do not have guns.
We don't fight back with guns. He's exactly correct. We fight back with the legislation written down on a piece of paper. Listen, if you're gonna put that much human currency, human power into going and protesting something, then stop the tip of the spear, the interaction between the police and the citizen. Stop the tip of the spear from piercing, which is, I'm opening an investigation on you. If you're gonna go out there and chant and march, it should be overturn Terry. However you guys wanna put that together, I'm not you. That should be your chant, overturn Terry. Terry v. Ohio is where all this happens. And no, we're not gonna fight the police. We don't have all the guns and the bulletproof vests and the shortwave radios and a central command and air support where they can fly over the top. That's not how we win. We win by overturning Terry and creating a third-party agency for checks and balances on police. A third-party agency for checks and balances on district attorneys and public officials. That's how we get there. Join me, sign up at deletelaws.com and register on my site so that we can build a group of people who understand what the real problem is. Tell your friends the messaging is why I'm standing here right now. I built this wall to teach you messaging. From one person to another. Who cares who, doesn't matter what idea it is or whose it is. We have to overturn Terry. I gotta go. Thanks, appreciate your time. Later.